Alright, so we're in FL Studio 20 here, and I will be showing you how to make an Eminem type beat. So, first of all, we'll look at the drums here. Eminem usually uses some fairly simple drum patterns, so something like this, or something like this that he used in the song Rain Man. Very simple. Or this one he used in the song You Don't Know. So he usually uses some fairly simple beats like that that are beats that you can pretty much bob your head to and it sounds good. Something like that sounds alright, but Eminem doesn't really use anything like that. It's a little too bouncy and dancey for him. He tends not to use beats like that. Sometimes in his beats he'll do things like move the move the snare over right before the fourth here. So he'll just shift it over. He does that sometimes. And other little creative things. You can obviously get creative with it and come up with your own patterns. But the one that we're going to use in this beat is it's pretty simple. And now we're going to look at bassline. So I have a pretty simple bass guitar here. And what Eminem will often do is line up his bass with the kick drum. So what I do is I just copy the kick drum notes over, and then I go into the piano roll, and then I expand them, and then I make adjustments from there. What I like to do is when it hits on the first um, note or the first beat, then as soon as the snare hits, then I'll cut off the bass. And I'll do that here too. So very simple bass line. He also sometimes does things like just have a consistent thing like this, and then he'll just play it like that. But in this beat, we're not going to do that, and we're playing in the key of C minor. So a good thing to note is that Eminem type beats and many types of hip hop beats are often played in the key of C minor and just minor keys in general. You won't often find a Eminem beat that's played in the major key. So the melody can be quite simple. I'm just gonna grab a guitar here, and then I'll do something simple as just create this to create the perception of movement, that it's moving forward. And then I will pick some simple notes here. sounds pretty good, but I'm just gonna see if I can make it a little more interesting. Okay, that's pretty good. Now I'm just going to play this and see. And I feel like some muted guitars could sound good in here, so I'm gonna see about adding a muted guitar. I'm just going to copy the exact pattern that I used for the melody. Copy, and then I'm going to paste it in here, in my muted guitar. And then I'll see what it sounds like. Turn down the velocity a little bit. Turn it up a little bit. I think I'm going to turn down the volume of this guitar that I have here, not the muted guitar, my other. Alright, now I'm going to add a second muted guitar. And I will simply copy the notes from this muted guitar, paste them into this one. I wonder how it would sound. So basically what we're doing here is we're just filling up all the different instruments that we're going to be using, and then once we have everything filled up with the bass, drum pattern, all the instruments we want to use, then I'll work out from there, and I'll create the structure of the beat, like the intro, the verse, the hook, and all of that. I like to do this first so I have all my sections of the beat. Turn up the volume of my bass line here. Okay, now we'll work out from here and create the structure. So I'm gonna copy this over a few times. And now I will remove the parts that I don't want for the beginning of the verse, which would be we need to make this longer first. Whoops, put the wrong one there. Alright, and now there's something that Eminem uses in his beats a lot, and that is wrap up notes. So usually in an Eminem beat, every 4 to 8 bars will have some notes to end the section and kind of transition over. So that would be something like wrap up notes. Show you an example. I'll just grab a, I have a piano here. Piano roll. So I'll just record a quick section here. And then I'll fix it up. Yeah, that's pretty good wrap up notes right there. So let's listen to it. Turn down the volume of it. Maybe I'll cut it off right there. So about every 4 or 8 bars, he'll do that kind of thing just to kind of let you know that that section is finished off. So I'll add that right here. And another quick tip is that it's kind of useful to play things using a keyboard controller, because that way the notes end up more natural sounding like this. Sometimes you got to make some adjustments, but for the most part, if there's a little bit of, if it's not quite perfect, that helps make it sound more natural. So it's a good thing to keep in mind. And now for the hook, you basically just, the hook is always half the length of a verse. A verse is 16 bars, a hook is 8 bars usually. So I'm going to copy 8 bars over. And usually the hook will continue the exact same pattern that you've been using this whole time, except it will have some added notes to add energy. So I'll show you what I'll do here. Is for the hook, I will just grab this muted guitar, and then I will just add a constant muted guitar sound here, and then we can see what it sounds like. Or even notice how I have half of the notes, every other note, the volume velocity is much lower than the first note. So that creates this kind of realistic, more realistic guitar sound, and creates more of a swingy type vibe, which I like a lot for this. I'm gonna turn down the velocity or the volume. So that's perfect for adding to the hook. Now, we'll talk about transitions. One thing that's important with transitions is that it's common to cut the drums off or somewhere around there while you're transitioning to the hook. I'm going to make a change here. Alright, I'll just leave it like that. So now the wrap-up notes, I'll turn down the volume even further. And now what you want here is I'll cut off the bass there as well. Cut it off right there. And then, whoops. And then you want to grab a cymbal and reverse it as a transition. So let's see. So I'll cut off more of these. Okay, just note that I'm gonna make one quick edit here. I'm going to going to also cut off the muted guitar, and I'll just leave the melody guitar, and then the wrap-up notes, I will delete those, and I'll move this over like that, and then I'll shift this over to wherever I need it. No, maybe right there. Yep, that's it, right there. And then right at the end of the hook, you add another transition, so it's the same idea. You just cut the drums and maybe the bass, and you have your reverse cymbal right here. I think I have my wrap-up notes in maybe the wrong spot. All right, so that'll be basically it. For the intro, if you're looking to do the intro as well, then basically all the intro would be is your melody, and then with no drums, and then maybe for 4 bars or 8 bars, maybe depends on how long you want your intro to be, but roughly 4 bars, and then transition with the reverse cymbal here, and then add the bass and drums to your melody. So yeah, intro is basically just the melody without anything else, and then you add everything once you come into the verse, and then hook, and then you just basically copy your verse and your hook over and over again to the end, and then fade out your beat at the end. So that's basically how to create a Eminem type beat. So So thanks for watching. I hope it was helpful. If it was, then definitely leave a like. It really helps me out. And make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. And I might also be doing some reviews of a lot of Eminem's old music and maybe some of his new music. So that'll be coming up soon. And stay tuned for that. And make sure to hit the notification bell to get notified next time I'm dropping a video. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Peace.